Hey friends, it's spring and it's perfect time to plant roses. I've planted a lot of them in my rose garden, to be exact, more than 200 roses with 70 varieties. Some of my absolute favorite roses are white roses. They add timeless elegance into any garden, and I want to share with you the three best of my white roses. If you are considering to add a white rose into your art garden, my experience may help you to decide. Welcome back. The first rose I absolutely love is the white little pet. It's a classic variety that was bred already in 1879. I grow it in beds, pots, and as a standard rose. It's incredibly versatile. It produces wonderful white bloom, and what I adore the most are these small pinky buds that it has just before it bursts into flower. And it looks really kind of elegant in my garden. It stays compact, so you can put it also in your container and grow it there. But why white roses? Well, I actually think that white roses are underrated. They are not that many, the varieties. I think, at least this is my feeling here in Germany. And I do not really understand why, because they are so timeless and really elegant. One thing I love about white roses is that they pair perfectly with other plants and even other colorful roses. Like here in my garden, I often plant white rose next to lavender, bluebell, or purple geranium Rozanne. I actually think that I do it the other way around. I first plant the white rose and then I plant these colorful plants. But you see that the color of the other plants make the white color of the rose shine much better. The second rose is Guirlande d'Amour, and it's a wonderful rambler rose that I grow in three different spots in my garden. It was bred in 1993, making this rose one of the newer varieties on my list. It's very healthy and can be grown even in partially shady spots. This makes the rose really versatile. In my garden, I grow it on two obelisks in the front yard, one in front of the winter garden and one on the side of the winter garden, and as a standard rose in the mini English rose garden. It's wonderful rose that blooms nearly continuously during the summer, and the only minus that you have to prune it really good. I mean, this is a rambler and it's a small price for such a beauty. Do you have a rambler experience as well? The third rose is called Bienenweide Weiß, and I really like it, and it caught my attention immediately when I first saw it. The English translation would be Bee Meadow White, and it is actually a magnet for pollinators. So probably this is the reason why they called it Bee Meadow. It's really a very nice and stunning rose next to the lavender here in front of my winter garden. To me, it almost resembles daisies. I actually discovered this rose back in 2020s when I was visiting rose village here near Frankfurt called Steinfurt. There's so many rose breeders in there, and one of them, Rosenparkträger, had this rose on display, and I immediately felt in love with this rose. It's amazing, but every rose in my garden has its little story. Speaking about roses, I just bought my first rose of this year. It's the little white pet again as a standard rose, and I want to plant it into a blue pot where I think that it will look really stunning. And soon we are going to prune our roses. As a rule of thumb, you cut your roses when Forsythia is blooming, which will be quite soon if you look at these buds. So those were the 3 beautiful white roses of my garden and a little bit of glimpse what is happening right now. I can only recommend them. Put me a comment what's happening in your garden right now. I would love to hear about that. And with that, I see you next time.